Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a speed renovation. First, I wanted to show you what we are renovating because we're actually going to be updating a house I posted on the channel last week where I did a 20-minute build challenge, and there are some things that I messed up on, and obviously 20 minutes is not a lot of time to go ahead and create a home. So today we're going to be renovating that. I already did that over on Twitch, so we will be going into the speed build after I show you this, but I wanted to give you a quick tour first. So the thing that I forgot that was the most obvious is I did not extend the roof back here. This section is not painted. It doesn't have a roof. That's kind of a problem, but the house I think has a lot of potential. It's a pretty cute home and I really like what I was able to do, but I wanted to, add a little bit more to it. So when you go in the front door here, you are in a cute little kitchen space. We have a dining area. And then through here, we have a very tiny living room with our TV, couch, chair, fireplace, little desk space. There are 2 bedrooms in this house. There's this incredibly colorful kids room that I like the concept behind, but I was not happy with how it came out. This is the primary bedroom, which I think is really cute. It could just use a little bit more love because it's fairly empty. And then we have a bathroom over here as well. Once again, very empty. And that's it for the entire build. It's missing some things. It's pretty empty, but I thought it had potential. And I had asked when I built this if you would like to see a renovation. And there was a lot of you that suggested I do that. So we're going to pop into that renovation now. So obviously the first thing that I needed to fix was the roof. So playing around with that now, covering that section in the back, painting it. I also lowered the roof a little bit because I thought it was a little bit too high up. And if I have more time now, unlimited time, and can go ahead and mess around with this house, I definitely wanted to make those small changes. So I kind of go inside and outside at the same time for a while because I want to figure out the layout I want to be able to adjust the outside for anything I might need to change for that. So I wanted to add a little back door with a very small outdoor space out the back, which, we don't have much room for that, but I thought it was still a nice thing to add. So I'm just playing around with some layout inside to figure out what I need to do. So I do end up extending the front of the house by 1 tile to make this a little bit of a bigger living room space. The bedrooms stay the same size, but I do renovate them to have maybe a little bit better furniture, and obviously the kids' room I was not happy with. So I play around with that a lot, but I wanted to still keep the character and some of the original decisions of the build. I wasn't trying to completely change everything. So the layout is essentially the same, and I tried to keep as much of it as I could, but just try and update it. So I do hope you will like this. I will have the original and this renovated versions up on the gallery if you'd like to grab it. You can find them under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi, and of course you can find that under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, which is in the description down below if it's easier for you to read it there. But anyway, right now we are outside working on some of the landscaping. I almost didn't have time to landscape in the original video. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen it, that will be linked down below as well. Please go watch it. I thought I had so much time and I was so confident, and then all of a sudden at the end I was not so much. That's just kind of how those speed challenges go, but I didn't have much landscaping or much time to think about it, so I wasn't happy what I went ahead and grabbed. So I'm just getting some more things out here, some more bushes that make sense with this environment, lots of palm trees. It's still pretty minimal because we are in the desert, but I think it looks a lot better than it did. And now we have an outdoor space, so I wanted to include a barbecue. I actually end up putting the trash can out here. I get rid of the one that's in the front of the house, and there ends up being a table and chairs and stuff. Nothing too exciting, but some nice livable space for your Sims, which I was pretty happy with the size of this lot, because I think is this the 20 by 15 or 20 by 20? It's a pretty small lot. And I think this is a pretty decent size house for the size lot. Anyway, we had this little nook right next to the fridge, and I thought it would be perfect for the desk. So we could take that out of the living space and actually put it here next to the kitchen. So that's what I ended up doing. And I really wanted to have a window there still because I removed the original one. And I think this small one from Snowy Escape worked really nicely, especially because I was even using Snowy Escape windows in other parts of the house. And then just trying to decorate the kitchen a little bit nicer. We have some more clutter in here, different curtains. I actually end up adding an island in here, which I was not sure I was going to have room for, but I think it looks really nice and makes this space feel a little bit less empty because there was just a lot of empty space in the kitchen area and then a very tiny living room. It was kind of a weird layout, but like I said, I didn't want to decide to move entire rooms, be like the kitchen is going where the living room is and the living room is going where the kitchen is. I wanted to keep it fairly realistic. That was just kind of what I was going for with this build. Like very much you can see that it's the same house. It's just updated, if that makes sense. I like to do that sometimes, try to do them as more realistic renovations, but going all out is really fun as well since you're able to do that in The Sims, why not? But that's just not what I did for this build, but I did get a coffee machine in here, and no worries about prepping food in the kitchen. They can prep it on the island counters, so I made sure to keep those free since I cluttered up pretty much every other counter in the kitchen. And then we're just trying to get some more clutter over here in the desk space. I got some plants, I think some books, you know, keeping it pretty simple. And during stream, because I did stream this over on twitch.tv/Miss Gryphi, feel free to follow us over there if you're interested. I do a lot of my speed builds over there first. Chat had said that this little corner looks very like Pinterest, and I thought that was really cute. Because I just think it did come out really cute. It's really simple. I feel like Dream Home Decorator in general has those sort of vibes. So it makes sense. I did use a lot of Dream Home Decorator in this house. That bookcase, or not bookcase, that desk is from there. The kitchen pieces are from there. The table and chairs are from there. But I think that's kind of good for a renovation because I did use a lot of packs in this build, like I tend to use because I like to, you know, be as creative as possible with the pieces that I do have. But heavily using one pack or another makes it more accessible to download, so hopefully that's pretty nice. And let me know if there's some builds you would like to see with very specific packs. I'm probably going to have some base game builds up this week because tomorrow The Sims 4 base game will be free to download for everyone. It will be a free-to-play game, which is so exciting. I cannot wait to see all of the new players, and it's so cool. But because of that, today's the last day to download the Desert Luxe kit for free. If you haven't gotten that yet and you already own The Sims 4, go download it. It is on sale. It's completely free to download. Please go grab it because tomorrow I believe it goes back to what it's supposed to be, which is $5 USD. So one thing that I thought that really made this house pop and like feel more alive was changing the floor color. I kept the same wood floors, but we stained them. We have a different wood tone going on now, and it just looks so much more alive with this orangey wood versus that really washed out one I had before. I also tried to bring in some like more mid-century vibes to the house. Not everything, but I'm using some furniture from Get Famous. This rug is gorgeous. I did keep the original couch I had in this house, which is from high school years. It's just so pretty. The throw on it, I love that we've been getting more couches that have like decorative pillows and throws and stuff. So I had to include that in here and kept the fireplace and all of that. But over here, I do have a keyboard and just like a corkboard and stuff above it. Nothing too wildly exciting, but I thought it looked nice. And keyboards are something I often forget we have in the game, but I think they're a really nice piece to include in a home. Pretty realistic, nice skill building item. I had one in my house growing up. It just like kind of tucked in the corner of the living room. So I do like to add those from time to time. But over here, just getting a little music player. And I think we're just going to be decorating the shelves in here. I'm trying to remember what order I did everything in because I did jump around a little bit because as I got ideas, I wanted to update things. And I think most of the jumping around is already done, which was primarily in the beginning from outside to inside, trying to figure out where I wanted to extend things. Anyway, in here, I decided to actually double this bed and make it into a double bed. So I just put two of them next to each other and we made a headboard out of a sign from Cats and Dogs. I scaled it down using the tool mod. And then I decided this wallpaper I wanted to keep, but it was too much for all of the walls. So we just have an accent wall and it just wasn't coming together. I still wasn't happy with it. And I decided it was because of the swatch of the bed. So I went through some of the other swatches, which I should be doing here shortly. And it still has the same vibes. We still got the pink. We still got the blue. But the colors I ended up with are so beautiful. Look at that. It's stunning. I didn't realize all of the colors on that bed. I'm probably going to be using it more, probably pushing them together like this. I have done this a few times, but not super often. But I think it looked really nice in here. I love the colors. It's just such a fun, bright, I don't know. I want to say fun again. It's a really interesting room. And I think the personality is really shining through with like the paint drips, this really funky mirror on the wall that's like a chat bubble. And of course the colors, the black, the pink, the blue. We got a nice little desk over here from the high school pack. I don't think I've used this desk much before, but I love the different slots on it and all the like the sticky notes and all of that sort of stuff. It just has so much more personality to it. And of course, these paintings as well. I love this one, but at first I was like, we need the cat. And there was another thing on that particular poster. I think is it a duck? I'm not sure. There was one on the poster that has or on the collection of posters that there is the cat in the box. And there was something on there that I was like, we absolutely need it. I think it was the duck because he's dressed as like a little king and he's so cute. But I really liked the other collection of paintings or posters as well. So just getting a bunch of those, getting some more decorations up here. We have some of these simmies from Snowy Escape, some clay, a little clay bunny. I was thinking the sim was kind of artsy, so trying to incorporate that, but they also still have some of their childhood stuff. So we have a big stuffed animal of a Sasquatch, and then we're back into the primary bedroom, which most of this room I really liked. I changed out the curtains, I put in a new rug, added another plant, and we got a dresser in here as well because there wasn't one present in the original version of this house. For some reason, I didn't think to add that. I think it was because of the limited amount of time we had. But I think this room got just a little bit of a touch-up it needed. I liked it to begin with, and I like it a lot more now, so I was quite happy with it. Plus, I just love using green. This rug from Get Famous is one of my favorites, and I often forget it exists for some reason. So I used it a few times in this house, and I was really happy about that. I also decided to paint a lot of the white walls this textured, like grayish brown color, because the white walls were just a little bit too stark for this home. I really wanted it to be a little bit more cozy and warm, so I thought that worked a bit better. And then I was trying to figure out what to add in this little area of the mirror, so I added another little painting. And then moving on into the bathroom, there's not a whole lot I could do with this space since I didn't want to fully like rip it out and renovate it. So I decided to keep all of the same stuff and just add some more decor in here, so it looks like the space is being lived in. So that's what I did. We have some towels as well as bathrobes, some soap in the shower, and that's pretty much it for that space. I'm trying to think what else there is left that I end up changing. I think we work on some more stuff outside. Yeah, I guess some string lights from the toddler stuff pack. I really love these. They're one of my favorite items, and I try to use them as often as I can. I also wanted to make sure there was decent lighting outside, so I grabbed one by the front door. I also was trying to make this Joshua tree work. It didn't work in the end. I don't remember if I ended up having a cactus. I tried the cactus. I think I ended up using the base game shrub. I think it's called like the unkempt shrub. Yeah, this one. I ended up using that because everything else just felt a little odd. And I think it looks cute to have a cactus next to a house. But those of you that have lived in the desert have notified me in the past when I've done that in builds that is not realistic and not safe and not done. So I kept that in mind and did not do that in this build. And yeah, just getting a couple more little pieces of landscaping, and then we'll be heading on into screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this renovation. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. I will definitely be posting about whatever the new announcement is tomorrow. I am so excited. The Sim Summit stream is tomorrow, and we can finally stop speculating and know what they're going to talk about. So I'll see y'all then. Bye!